Dear students, in the last video we studied the example 1.11. So on the basis of that example I want to give you some homework. So you just take the screenshot of these two examples. This example is on the base of example 1.11 and this example on the basis of example 1.10. So these are the two examples. You just try to solve the example. If any difficulty arises, please write in the comment box. Okay, see, now we are going to see the example 1.13 first, and in the next video we will see the example number 1.12, right? See the first example 1.13. See students, in that example one atom is given. See, this is the atom and this is the atom and it is a nucleus of this atom. In this nucleus the positive charges are remain, that we know that. How many charges are there? So we can see that it is given actually Z number of protons are present in the nucleus. So what is the positive charge on the nucleus? That is Z into E, right? And remaining the negative charges are around the nucleus, right? So these many are the negative charges and positive charges are on the nucleus, and the atom is electrically neutral. It means that we can say that number of positive charges and number of negative charges are same. So first we will write over here, capital R is the radius of this atom, that we can say. So number of positive charges, number of positive charges, that we can write Z charge on nucleus, that we can write charge on nucleus, that is, see, charge on nucleus, and that is equal to plus ZE. And charge, negative charge due to negative charge particles which are around the nucleus. So charge due to negative charge particles which are around the nucleus, and that is equal to minus of ZE. The atom is electrically neutral, means number of positive charges and number of negative charges are same, right? Here Z indicates number of positive charge, this Z indicates number of negative charge. Charge, number of charge multiplied by charge on one particle, that E equal to what? 1.6 10 to the power minus 19, that we can say. So this is the thing. Now the one thing we required over here, charge density. See, negative charge density, that we are going to calculate, charge density due to negative charges, or charge density of negative charge, that also we can write. Charge density denoted by letter rho, right? Charge by volume. What is charge? Total negative charge. What is this Q? That is total negative charge, right? Divided by total volume. Are you getting me? See, so rho equal to, we can write total charge. So charge we can write, suppose that are negative charge we can write, right? So how many charges are there? So plus Z into negative charges means minus of ZE, total charge due to the negative charge party. So minus of ZE. What is the volume? Volume of the atom, that is 4 by 3 pi r cube, right? So 3 will comes on the upper side. So negative charge density, that is minus of 3 ZE divided by 4 pi r cube. Equation number 1. This is the negative charge density, right? Now the question is, what is the electric field at this point and this point? Means at a point, this point at a distance r from the nucleus, means it is outside the atom, on the surface of the atom and inside the atom. These are the 3 points, and find out the electric field separately on this point, on this point and on this point. So this is your question. So this is the required things we wrote over here. So first of all, we are going to calculate the electric field at a, suppose at a distance a, this at a point a, and this distance is at a RO. We can represent this distance by letter RO. RO means distance outside, RO, right? So electric field at RO. First, that we are going to calculate electric field at a point A, means it is outside the atom. This RO is greater than R. That we can write. RO is greater than R. See, once again we are drawing a diagram. This is atom, this is nucleus. Here the point is there. So this distance is RO. If we draw, or if we choose a point like at a distance RO, suppose at this point, this is also RO distance, this is also RO distance, RO distance, RO distance, RO distance. If we join a points which are at a RO distance, so this dotted line indicates the Gaussian surface. This indicates the Gaussian surface. So with the help of Gauss law, we are going to find out the electric field at all points. Electric field at all point will be same, because this point is at a same distance. So distance of all the points is at a same. Distance is same. RO is the distance from the center. That's why electric field at all points will be same, right? So using by the Gauss law, integration over a closed surface E vector dot ds vector equal to summation of charge divided by epsilon 0. First of all, see what is the charge, summation of charge, charge enclosed by the Gaussian surface. See, this is the Gaussian surface. How many charges enclosed by the Gaussian surface? The charges present on the nucleus, right? Charges present on the nucleus, that is plus ZE, and charges present around the nucleus, that is minus ZE plus minus ZE, divided by epsilon 0. Plus ZE minus ZE becomes 0. So here we can write 0 divided by epsilon 0, right? Integration over E vector dot ds vector. Suppose electric field on the surface of the atom, electric field due to this will be go like this. We can say that, means suppose we can say that this is equal to 0, then we can easily write E vector dot ds vector equal to 0, means E equal to 0. That we can say. So this is the electric field at point A, means outside, right? So this we have concluded electric field at a point on the RO distance from the it is at a outside the atom, that is equal to 0. The next point that we are going to consider, suppose on the surface, this is the surface, right? See, now we are drawing a new diagram for this. Suppose it is your atom, this is a nucleus, right? On the surface here, we are going to calculate a electric field. So this is the Gaussian surface, right? This is the Gaussian surface. Gaussian surface, right? This is a r distance. Again, by using the Gauss law, integration over a closed surface, E vector dot ds vector equal to summation of charge divided by epsilon 0. Students, here also, what is the summation? Summation, this is the Gaussian surface. The Gaussian surface encloses how many charges? First of all, charge on the nucleus, that is plus Ze, right? Plus charge around the nucleus, that is also minus Ze, divided by epsilon 0. The same thing we can write over here. It is also closed integration E vector dot ds vector equal to 0. So E equal to 0, that we can write. So electric field on the surface of the atom, that is also equal to 0. Now the third point that we are going to find out, please take the screenshot and then we will get the we will calculate the electric field for the third point, which is inside the atom. Erasing the board, see the point we are going to consider, that point is inside the atom. That distance we are going to denote by letter Ri. So at a distance Ri, we are going to find out the electric field. Okay. Please concentrate. Third part of the numerical. Again, consider this atom. This is the nucleus of the atom. Number of positive charges, negative charges. The point is over here. This distance is r into I. So find out the points which are at a distance Ri. Ri distance, Ri distance, Ri distance. So if we join all the points, we will get a surface, that is known as the Gaussian surface. This is GS. Please concentrate on the diagram, because for this the diagram plays very important role. See, this is your atom, this is the nucleus, number of positive charges, negative charges at a distance Ri. The points which are at a distance Ri, right? These are the negative charges. Electric field at a distance Ri. Ri is, right, less than capital R, means it is inside. It is the capital R, right, inside. So the same formula, by using the Gauss law, closed integration E vector dot ds vector, summation of charge divided by epsilon 0. If the charge divided by epsilon 0, total charge suppose equal to Q. What is this charge? Charge enclosed by the Gaussian surface, right? Charge, this is the Gaussian surface, this is the Gaussian surface. Charge enclosed by the Gaussian surface. Suppose we are indicating this equation number 2. Here charge q equal to what? How many charges are enclosed by the Gaussian surface? This is the Gaussian surface. How many charges are enclosed by the Gaussian surface? First of all, these many charges. These many charges are equal to what? Ze. So Ze plus Ze is the charges on the nucleus, and these many charges. We know this, right? From here to here, how many charges are there? Minus Ze. But we don't know how many charges are enclosed in this volume, right? So that is, we will write plus Ze means charges over here and plus charges over here, right? Charges included in this volume. So we will write charges, right, enclosed by Gaussian surface, right? So see, this q equal to this Ze plus charges enclosed by the Gaussian surface. How we can calculate? We know that. How we can calculate? Rho equal to charge per unit volume. So q equal to, we can write rho into v. So we will write rho into v. Correct? Ze plus, what is the value of rho? That we have already calculated on the first board. See, that is rho equal to minus of 3 Ze divided by 4 pi r cube, right, into volume of Gaussian surface. See, this is the volume of Gaussian surface multiplied by volume of this Gaussian surface, that is 4 by 3 pi into this r, that we can write ri cube. Very important equation we wrote. So that is Ze, this is minus, right, 3 Ze divided by, which term is going to cancel? This 3 get cancel, 3 get cancel, 4 get cancel, pi, right? So which is remaining? That is capital R cube into this Ri cube. This much only remains. So taking Ze outside. See, that is q equal to Ze minus, once again we are writing Ze r cube into Ri cube, taking Ze outside. Suppose Ze taken outside, 1 minus, that is 1 minus 1 divided Ri cube divided by this R cube. This is your q. Equation number 3 we can write. If we put the value of 3 in equation 2, put 2 in 3, we solve the value of q. Now we are going to put the value of q over here, right? So closed integration E vector dot ds vector equal to, the value of q is Ze 1 minus Ri cube divided by R cube divided by epsilon 0. Correct? Now E vector dot ds vector. Electric field is, suppose we are saying that electric field is in the outward direction, area vector is also in the outward direction. So electric field integration over E vector, see E vector E ds cos 0, because angle between E vector and ds vector is 0. So this statement remains as it is, epsilon Ze divided by epsilon 0, 1 minus Ri cube divided by R cube. Now cos 0 becomes 1, electric field remains constant on the Gaussian surface, so E will be taken outside. Closed integration of ds, cos 0 becomes 1, and this Ze divided by epsilon 0, 1 minus Ri cube divided by this R cube. Next, the integration over this surface area, that is E equal to, we can write, means area of Gaussian surface, that is 4 pi small ri square, right? Because ri, small ri is the radius of the Gaussian surface. Ze divided by epsilon 0, this term remains as it is, 1 by ri cube divided by this r cube, right? So take this term on the other side. See, again writing on the next board, E remains as it is, Ze divided by epsilon 0 as it is, 4 pi ri square into, that is 1 minus ri cube minus this r cube, right? So E equal to, this Ze remains as it is, right? 4 pi epsilon 0. Now this ri square we are multiplying inside the bracket. So 1 by ri square over here, this ri square will multiply over here, minus this ri square and this ri cube. So it becomes 1 ri square, only ri remains over there, it is r cube. So this is your final equation, right? So this is the electric field, right, inside the atom at a distance ri, right? Here your numerical ends. So in the next video, students, we will study the example number 1.12. Okay, thank you.